Alrighty, so here's the problem. I picked this up on Tuesday last week. It's 2nd of August today, and I pushed it into this garage. I pushed it in here, and it was really hard to get in here because this tyre has just completely perished. So literally all I'm doing today is maybe giving the car a wash. It's pretty dirty, and replacing that with the spare wheel you saw at the beginning. Alright, let's get cracking. Maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe we'll be lucky we can do this with our hands. Alright, yes. Oh yes. I hear these are quite valuable. Anyway. Okay. Well, I get the knuckle skinner. Now I'm hoping that these aren't too tight and I can get them with my hand. Let's give it a crack. 1, 2, 3. Whoop, lost the socket. And 4. Alright. Let's jack it up. What the heck is this? Alright there. That should do. E30 guys, if I'm jacking it up from the wrong point, I'm sure you'll tell me. Alright. There you go. Pretty sure it might be okay. Let's give it a go. Oh no, it's not. Maybe it's high enough. Give it a go. Alrighty. Whee. Okay. Man, sometimes you just gotta sit down, eh? Sometimes you just have to sit down. It's just really tiring. Working on cars? No, I love it. I love it. So, I bought this car because it came up on Marketplace for a really good price, but it's not running at the moment, and it hasn't run for a long time. But as you can see, it's not in too bad condition. A little bit rough here and there, but in terms of a car of this age, and that came off really easy. Car of this age, and this caliber, I suppose, in some ways, it was a good price. Okay. Let's get that wheel. Put it in. And I've had these cars before, E30s before. So, you know, it's you end up picking up certain things. Like, I got this set of 14-inch basket weaves, which is what's on the car already, but this is a spare set. I've got 4 of them. They're missing the center caps, so if anyone knows of a set of good center caps, I'd like to buy some, because eventually I'd like to refurbish this wheel. But as you get into this hobby and this specific car, you pick up spares along the way. And so this makes it really easy to move this car out of this garage, because before it was impossible. And I reckon I got a hernia or something from pushing it in. It was just so hard. Anyway, whatever. We'll get this on and pump up the rest of the wheels, and hopefully it just rolls out like a dream. Maybe. But yeah, I've obviously got to I've got to look after this little thing because, yeah, apparently they're really hard to come by. Yeah, so it is genuine. It says made in Germany. And that BBS. BBS, yeah, buddy. Look, eventually I think the plan is to obviously keep the 14s. And I've got 8 of them now. Keep the 14s and put some 15s. I think 15s are the go for this car. Maybe you guys can tell me if that's the case or not. I had my last E30. I had 16s on it. Yeah, and while it does look quite nice, I think the idea of having a 15-inch wheel, unless you're running like a really big brake, and this is only a 318 IS, 318 IS, and you don't need massive brakes for those. I don't think, unless you're running massive brakes. I think a 15 with a bit more meat in the tyre looks quite well for a car of this vintage. Anyway, let's lower it down. Nice and slow. Oh, you beauty. Yes. All right. Now, should I put that center cap back on? I don't know. Nah, I'll leave it with the wheel. I'll leave it with the other wheel. Okay, so tighten these up a little bit more. Just hand tight. I'm not driving, the car's not registered, so it's not getting driven anywhere. It's just getting wheeled in and out of the garage. All right, let's pump up the other ones. Let's do it. Okay. So, yeah, get the trusty Makita tyre pump. And, yeah, so what are we doing here? Let's have a go. What do I do with this camera? Lucky it's got its own tripod. Give us a sec. Alrighty. Let's undo the cap. Alright. Yeah. And what's the pressure? Let's turn it on. We have got... we've got to change it to... PSI. Oh, it's got 24 PSI. That's not too bad. We'll pump it up to like 30. All right, let's go. While we're pumping, yeah, it is a 5-speed manual. It's got the... Let's get this going again. All right, that's the bonnet hatch. Latch, hatch, whatever. Chuck the phone on the ground. Alright, lift up this bonnet. And yes, it's 32. That's plenty. That's plenty of PSI. Alrighty, put the valve cap back on. And then we'll keep going around the car. Keep going around the car. Hopefully these tyres hold up. They're pretty old now. I don't know if it's got a date on there. You'd think it would. I should have done my research about where to find it. Anyway, they're probably like 15 years old. So they're good for pushing the car around and probably not good for driving. Alright, next one. Let's get this one started. This one looks like it could be a little bit lower in there. Alright. Oh, yeah, there is pressure. 18, yeah, not too bad. I'm trying to do this with a camera in my hand. Sorry for the video. Sorry guys. Anyway, yep, it does have a M42 in there. M42 B18. Doesn't look like there's much, or if any, battery tray rust, which I'm pretty stoked about. There is some sort of poo in there. Sweet as. Something to clean up after. But, alright, it's looking good in here. It's got an M-Tech 1. I think it's a 385mm. It's not a 370. Not quite as desirable, but still they're worth a bit. It is missing the radio. He did say that got stolen. Yay. Woohoo! But it does have the IS interior. And what I find really strange is the following. Hang on. That's enough pressure in there. Oh, take that off. Sorry for the disjointed video. This is going to be really hard to watch, I think. Anyway, it's an E30, so I don't know if that makes it better or not. What I find really strange about this car is it's an IS. Take it to the back. I've checked the VIN. You know, it's got the IS label. But check this out. It got specced with like a light cloth, a tan cloth headliner. You know, it really had me guessing. It had me second guessing. I was just like, is this an actual IS? And I was like checking the VIN. I was doing, you know, all the checks you do online for these cars, and it's genuine. It comes up. I did the BMW VIN checker, and comes up as an IS. Which, yeah, happy days. But oh man, I was a bit worried. I thought, oh, maybe someone's just swapped in the interior and they're swapped in an M42 and tried to pass it off as an IS, but it's genuine. Yeah. Anyway, let's do the last wheel. Alright, 30 psi. Just enough to push it out. Let's see how easy it is to push out. Alright, here we go. Neutral. Alright, where are we going to put this? As easy as it looks. Maybe it's a bit easier. It's probably stuck on something. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Whoops. Alrighty. So, we'll give it a wash, and maybe it'll come up alright. But there is a few things that need to be done. There are a few things that need to be done. Slick top. I've had a sunroof before, it rusts. Not all of them, but you know, neglected ones for sure. Alright, let's give it a crack. Alright, so while the thing dries in the sun, let's quickly go over and see what the damage is like. Let's just be real. It's a 1990 model, it's currently 2026, that's 36 years, right? Approaching 40, just like me. Oof. Anyway, yeah, what's the damage? Let's survey. Let's go front to back, tip to tail, and see what's going on. Okay, first things first. There's definitely some scoring here. That's paintless dent repair's not going to be able to fix that. There's some sort of, yeah, the paint's old. Let's be real, 30-plus-year-old paint. There's going to be blemishes everywhere, really, literally. I'm a bit concerned here in this corner, A pillar, but maybe we can just cut that out, weld in a new piece. I've done it before. It's not the end of the world. All right, side skirts. What? I don't know what you call it. Chassis rails. I don't even know. I'm not really a car guy. I'm going to be honest. I'm a novice. All right. So there's definitely some rust in the door. Definitely some spots of rust coming out there, but that's fixable. I reckon that's all fixable. You guys might have a more terminal opinion. Okay, this door here, there's something going on here, so maybe we can pull that out and just put a bit of bog over it, sand it flat. Probably a new one of those would be nice. Yeah, going around. The wheel arch is probably, I think that's just surface rust, doesn't feel rusty from the back. Yeah, pretty good around here. There's a bit of rust coming through here. I would say that's just because the paint's old and it's surface rust, so I think if you sand that back, it'll be okay. Flipping around the back, I mean there's tree sap everywhere. It has been outside, inside, it's been in dry storage for a long time, hence why it's still in okay condition. Okay, use the term loosely, I suppose. Now, I mean it's somewhat straight. The door's obviously been opened into something, like a garage post or something like that. But you know, it's an old car. You expect these sorts of things. Nothing to be too worried about, I think. Nothing to be too worried about. Obviously there's a bit of an issue going on there. These A-pillars, this A-pillar looks fine. Yeah, I think overall she turned out alright. I've got a spare aftermarket IS lip to go here, but yeah, apart from that, it's got the fogs still, got the IS fogs. I do have the clip. When we towed it out, we pulled the clip. It's in the glove box. But yeah, let's have a sit inside and see what's going on. All right. Oh yeah. Woo. Hey. It does feel good to sit inside the driver's seat, the cockpit, so to speak, of an E30. Still dusty, I need to clean the inside. You know what, you probably think I've done a really rushed job of cleaning this car, and I have. That's the truth. But it's just to get it to a point where it's not like completely rotten sitting in the garage. There's certain things I obviously haven't done inside the door sill area of each door. Haven't taken the boot rubber off or anything like that, but as far as this car goes, it's a good place to start, in my opinion. If you're into E30s, if that's your jam, let me know what you think. It's got this shifter. It's pretty haggard, but I had a look, and inside here, inside the door pocket, the door bucket, whatever you want to call it, there's one that's, you know, somewhat decent. So that's not so much of an issue. It's got these adjustable beams. My last one didn't have that. My last one didn't even have this panel. I know there's companies that make aftermarket ones of these, so it's pretty cool that it's got all that. It's got the keys. It's got pretty much everything you need. It's in the glove box. Oh, it's even got the torch, which is, you know, like -1 lumens, but it's even got the torch there. How awesome! That's so good. Yeah. All right. Sorry about all the grunting. Well, here we go. It's in. I think that's the end of the video. Who knows what's next? Got to get... Alright, it's an old car, so there's a few things that are wrong with it. So let me catch my breath. Alright, let's do this. Okay, so first things first. Car doesn't start. Let's go to the back into the car. Alright. Okay. So it obviously... Well, that's neat. That's neater. I like that. It obviously needs a battery. It's got the IS battery tray. It's got cupboards. Not cupboards. It's got carpet. It's got a aerial that needs to be replaced. Doesn't have a spare wheel. But, you know, bits and pieces it does have. Trim pieces here and there. Anyway. Still got the fuel filler cap. Premium only. Woo! Okay. Gonna be expensive to run this little puppy. No, not with a 1.8. And underneath the seat, it's got a fuel tank that hasn't been filled for 15 years. So I'm sure if there's any fuel in there, it's probably jelly or like a dried out form of jelly that's really hard to break off even if you had like a chisel and a hammer. So fantastic. Anyway, so yeah, we've got the fuel tank, battery, fuel lines maybe. Engine hasn't been turned over for so long, so I hear that you put a bit of WD-40 into each cylinder head, into each cylinder where the spark plug goes. Sorry, I'm a novice, I've said it before. And just to loosen up, so to speak, just to make sure nothing's seized. Then obviously fluids, oil in the crankcase, probably oil in the Getrag 240 gearbox, and coolant flush. I think we'd be pretty close to being able to start it. So there's the list. Alright, if you're on the journey with me, awesome. If you're not, no worries. But yeah, it's a 318 IS, 318 IS, I don't know how you say it. I've had an E30 before, and they're really cool cars. I think everybody knows that though. Anyway, that's the end of the video. See you next time.